How is marketing affected by the different seasons? Hey and welcome everyone, it's day 29 of our 90-day comeback game plan. Over those 28 days and today with 29, we've seen a bit of different seasons. And crypto obviously is notorious for this. You have bull runs, you have the bear crashes, and with that, your marketing really has to adjust. Now obviously there are some industries that are way more vulnerable to this, and vulnerable in a sense where you have the bad times and you have the really good times, right? This is what makes crypto so cyclical sometimes and so aggressive, sometimes so defensive. And then you have other industries where you have less of this up and down. Obviously, you have the exact same thing when you're more on the holiday kind of theme. So it depends on what business you're building. You will always somehow be impacted by seasons, even if you're in the very traditional things like what's called the staples, right? Like groceries. Even in the grocery sector, you're really impacted by holidays and so on, right? So obviously a little bit less is how crypto is, but you have this everywhere. Now, why am I bringing this up right now? Because for the last couple of days, I would really say 2 or 3 days, we have seen a very negative sentiment in the crypto market. And at the beginning of the 90 days, I said that during those 90 days, I'll talk way less about what's going on in the crypto markets. I'll talk less about the price and so on, just because it's not so relevant to our 90 days per se. Because in our 90 days, it's this comeback. We want to hustle, we want to go full on, and we don't want to be distracted so much on what's going on in the markets. However, when you have this massive shift, and at the moment we have a bit of a really negative sentiment, I think the last time we had a sentiment like this is like months and months and months ago. People are really fearful. They are panicking, Mt. Gox. They don't know what's happening on the Bitcoin side. They hear the German government is selling. So there's all kinds of things there. And obviously the prices go down. With that, the sentiment goes down. And people are, in general, a bit less optimistic about putting their hard-earned money into crypto, which can be extremely volatile. Great. So this is a bit of the background, right? So I am kind of breaking a bit of that commitment on not talking about price, but it's not necessarily that I'm talking about price. I want to talk to you about how do you, as a decision maker, respond to that from a marketing and from a community standpoint. Obviously, there are a lot of very crucial concepts in general. That is, just like a farmer, you need to sow and then you can reap. And there's times when you have to sow and there's times when you're reaping. Obviously, during the bull runs, you have to be very, very sure that you're very aggressive on the marketing when it comes to people taking action, right? Why? Because it's very easy for people to take action. It's the exact same thing as supermarket chains do during Christmas or airlines do before holidays. Right? It's the same all over. However, when you have times like right now, there are two possibilities here. One is, and you kind of have to play both a bit. One is, you have to tell people, hey, look, prices are going down. People are really fearful. Buy the fucking dip, right? This may be a very good opportunity to buy the dip. And I mean this, right? So I do really mean this. It's the same thing, right? As when airlines, they kind of push you in January to go on holiday in summer because they're like, hey, we know it's still 6 months out. But you can really benefit from some really good deals right now, right? It's the exact same concept. So buy the fucking dip. And that's the one thing. So we need to have this one communication there to get people on this. But then obviously you have this other group of people who are very cautious. They are a bit more back. They're like, I'm not sure exactly what's happening. I'm not ready to take action. Well, here you really need to go for engagement. You need to go for educational content. You need to kind of keep them in the funnel, right? I think you understand the marketing funnel. I'm not going to list this up again. So you need to be sure that they stay engaged, they stay informed. And there you have to be really careful. If you try to push them too hard, they're actually going to step away because they're like, I am not ready to take action right now. Stop pushing me, right? And so that's so essential. And I think that's really, really important. I think one of the best ways in all of this is also obviously working referral campaigns, working with influencers. Why? Because many times these people know exactly how their audience is, right? You have people who are more the trading style audience, right? They use kind of any up or down. They love volatility. Then you have people who are more to buy and hold, right? And so with that, you can really also sub-segment that entire kind of field. And that really helps in that. Obviously, it's doing a bit sub-segmentation in the email marketing. That really kind of helps. And for you, this is really how you should kind of address all these things. So I hope this kind of gives you a bit of an overview. So what you're going to see right now from us, on one hand, a bit more educational, right? Obviously, buying the dip, these kind of ideas. I do foresee that we're going to see that run back up. I think at the moment, everything is a bit overblown. People are panicking. This is normal. Come on, if you have been in crypto, this is so normal. And I would really be surprised if we're not going to see a rally towards the summer. I mean, we may see an Ethereum ETF next week. There's a lot of people who are talking about this. So I think there's going to be some positivity in this. So at the very end, very key, we have our marketing campaign going on a 90-day game plan. And this is really targeted towards a referral campaign. So if you are interested in this, head over to the app, check out our referral campaign there. We have a grand prize at the very end. Every week, I'm pulling little sub prizes. I'm going to do the same today during the Twitter space or during the live. So you definitely want to stay tuned there. Also, please make sure that you're receiving our marketing emails. Head into the app, go into notifications, and make sure you have all those things toggled on. Because, for some reason, sometimes they get toggled off. We're not allowed, obviously, to manually toggle them on for you. You have to do this yourself, and then you're going to stay in the loop with all this. Everyone, that's the start of week number 5. Next week, we're going to be actually going to some of the reflection for June. I don't want to go exactly by the days. I want to go by the calendar months, because also internally we have finance then and BI, whoever is going to give us the data. So it's going to be very interesting to look into this. Happy that you're on this journey with us. All the best. See you tomorrow. Yours truly, Julian. Bye.